Hello everyone, my name is SwingPoynt and welcome to Resident Evil Resistance. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 3. And today we have a really fun Alex build. It's trolly, it's funny, and it's going to be a little frustrating for the survivors. So we're going to go through the skills, we're going to go through the equipment, and we're going to go through the deck. And we're going to talk about everything, and we're going to show you why we do what we do. And then I want to show you, I think, two matches. One where we show you what a match usually goes like when we play this build. And then one where we show you the team that did really well against this build, the best that any team ever did. So I think those are just really fun and entertaining to watch, and you can kind of see how they countered it. Okay, so let's start with the skills here and we'll work our way through it. Actually, you know what, let's start with the equipment because that'll give you a little bit more context. And speaking of context, my friend Sinnoh Beats was streaming. He streams on Twitch and he also has a YouTube channel. I'll link him in the description. He was streaming an Inductor Alex of his own. And Inductor Alex, the idea of her, she's been around for a while, is that you place a trap on the ground. And when you place a trap on the ground, it arms faster. Meaning that it doesn't have to just sit there for a little bit before you can use it. So the idea of Inductor Alex is speed. So you run EIS equipment and you also run Inductor equipment to make it so that the traps can be detonated quickly and so that they can be armed quickly. So he was running his own version of this, which included, I think he was running an economy build. And then I went ahead and took my own spin on an Inductor thing, and the focal point of my Inductor thing that I'm going to show you today is the Teleportation Traps. We're going to use a converter mod to kind of go with the theme of using the Ivy converter mod with Spencer. Next video here now is going to be the converter mod traps on Alex. I don't know what else Sinnoh had in his deck, but I know that he definitely wasn't running Teleportation Traps. I think he was running more of an economy style build because one of the concerns with Alex is her economy. But we'll talk about economy and we'll talk about why this is still able to work. Okay, and frankly, we might even change the deck kind of on the fly here due to the September update. So maybe we'll want to do this instead. We'll talk about why. Okay, but first let's go exactly through what the equipment does. So we're going to run Inductor 3 and Inductor 2 because it decreases the time to arm traps. And then we're going to run EIS cable to make it so that our activation speed when we're actually detonating the traps is a little bit faster. And the reason why we're only running EIS 1 is because of what we have in our deck and our skills. And then for the final piece is going to be Lucas Special. Lucas Special behaves very similar to Inductor, but it also has the added effect of giving you back bioenergy when you hit a survivor with one of your traps. So pro tip with that, you try to hit as many survivors as possible, but also make sure you use those airburst traps that are going to be in this deck, and then try to corner a survivor, because if you can do that every single time it hits them, you're getting bioenergy back. Airburst traps are your best friend when it comes to the Lucas Special. Okay? But now let's go through the skills. So the skills we have here are going to be Toxic on Yataveo. The reason why we run Toxic is because if the team knows how to kill Yataveo, they're going to do it. Doesn't matter what you run. So you may as well try to get more Yataveos. Not to mention this one also comes with a little bit of infection when Yataveo does pass. So again, you may as well run Toxic because if they don't know how to beat Yataveo, they're not going to beat Yataveo. If they do know how to beat Yataveo, Verdant's not going to save you. So you may as well just have more of them. Now for our first passive here. What's really interesting about this is I actually had this all done up before the update came out. That's actually really common on the channel, by the way. I have like these build things that I want to do and I just don't get to them for a while because other stuff comes up. This is one of those examples where we had this put together for a while. But because the September update came out, we're not going to be doing what I had originally planned. Originally, I had Amplify planned for this, but now we're going to run T-Phobos Prototype. So T-Phobos Prototype is really interesting and really powerful. The more infected the survivors are, the more damage they receive from all sources. Now, at infection level 3, that means survivors are taking 90% more damage from everything. Creature swipes, creature bites, traps, firearms, Yataveo, you name it. Everything in the game's causing more damage. So, as you can imagine, that would go really well with a trap build, especially since we're going to have a machine gun at the end of this. But now something I want to explain about T-Phobos is it doesn't work per level. It works as a cumulative amount. It's a linear scale, meaning that, you know, 90% more damage at level 3, but if you're at half of an infection level, like let's say you don't even have the coughs going yet. You're at the first half, you haven't reached level 1 yet, you're just at the first half of infection. You're still taking 15% more damage. It's not based off of each tier, it's just whatever the total infection accumulation you have. So you will be increasing your damage over time. That means that And to make this more interesting, I'm sure you can imagine how the machine gun infectious damage would go up as you keep shooting, but also with creatures. You can do a damaged creature build using T-Phobos. Something I taught you guys a long time ago was infection is tied to attack damage. There's a couple ways you get infection in this game. You can get it from an aura, you can get it from a virus mine, but you can also get it from a creature attack. So this kind of becomes self-feeding because if you do attack damage, well then they're more infected. Well, since they're more infected, you're going to do more attack damage. And since you're going to do more attack damage, you're going to infect them more. And since they're even more infected, you're going to do even more attack damage. It feeds itself very quickly. Alex can easily do over 300 damage per swipe when she's fully juiced up. And that's more than Daniel can do. She can't bite as hard as Daniel, but she can swipe harder than Daniel. So this T-Phobo stuff is nuts. And it's going to make it even easier to do well with this build because you're going to have machine gun infection rolling about. And you might have infectious creatures in your preset. And with the deck here, I just flipped this around and I bet you it would be worth your while to go ahead and flip from a regular zombie to zombie infectious. But we'll get to the deck, okay? So there's a lot going on here and it's super awesome. But now let's go on to the next thing here, which is actually going to be mechanic. Mechanic increases EIS activation speed, trap durability, and time required to disarm traps. This is very important for a couple of reasons. One is that we're going to want to quickly detonate traps when we choose to do so. Another reason is that it requires Martin to spend more time disarming the traps, meaning that Martin doesn't really counter this build very well. The only way that he really counters it is by using Minesweeper and just running away from it all. But in terms of him disarming traps, he's not really going to be able to do it because you'll just place another trap down next to him and blow that one up before he even has a chance to disarm the trap that he's working on. Furthermore, well, Shockwave SwingPoynt, can't you just blow your traps up? Well, the way this build works, you're only having like 1 or 2 traps down at a time anyway, so if he uses Shockwave, big whoop, he's getting 10 seconds on the clock for his ultimate. Doesn't really matter. It's not like when you use Thick Trap Alex and you have a ton of traps everywhere and then you use a Shockwave. That's devastating. Shockwave Martin doesn't really do anything to this build, which is awesome, and I love going against Martins with this build because they just don't know what to do. But again, a speed Minesweeper Martin is kind of what counters this, and that's actually what I'm going to show you in the Twitch video later in the video here. Now let's go into the Area 2 and Area 3 skills. Now, we just got all excited about T-Phobos prototype, right? And the more infected you are, the more damage you take, so you might be thinking, well, what about Virus Mine? Reason why we're not going to do Virus Mine is because it's only one mine. There is potential that if you infect them, they're going to keep coughing and they lose their 5 seconds and they lose their 5 seconds and they lose their 5 seconds. But you also run the risk of them just being good at dealing with infection. Also, Valerie now has anti-infection skills bopping about. Not sure that's going to be a huge threat to you. But in contrast, why would we pick Triple Mine over Virus Mine? Reason why we would pick Triple Mine is because you got 3 mines. And 3 mines hitting 3 survivors all at the same time is going to be like, I don't know, 45 seconds off the clock. Because in case you guys aren't aware, back when this game came out, every single trap that would hit a survivor would take 5 seconds off. So that's how the time bomb, I have a video from forever ago called the time bomb, where we just had a big pile of traps and we'd make them run into them. And they'd lose like way too much time on the clock. So the time bomb used to exist and that's how you did that. Well, then the dev team was like, uh-oh, that's not good. That's not supposed to happen. Why are you guys doing that? They went ahead and nerfed it to make it so that no matter how many traps hit you, only 5 seconds come off. So let's say you hit 3 survivors with like 40 traps. Well, you're only taking 15 seconds off. But they went ahead and reverted it back to how it used to be on the time bomb, with the exception that you can no longer instantly explode traps. Because back when the time bomb was a thing, you could just tap a button and it would explode. If you guys want to go check it out, I have videos on it. Look up time bomb SwingPoynt or instant exploding SwingPoynt, something like that. It'll come up. So they reverted it back, but you can't instant explode. So because they reverted it back, you can get yourself a ton of time off by using Triple Mine. If you can get a couple of survivors grouped up, you can get seriously like close to a whole minute off if you nail this, okay? And now for Area 3, we're gonna run Machine Gun Infection because it just completely outclasses the other 2 options, frankly. Not to mention, we also have this T-Phobo stuff going on now, which is gonna make it really awesome because we're gonna infect the crap out of them and we're gonna do more damage just because we're infecting them. So win, 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 win. Okay? And now we talked about the equipment. It's about speed. And now let's go to the deck. Converter mod trap is going to be so fun. You're going to love teleporting them everywhere. We did converter mod creatures on Spencer. Time to do traps on Alex. The whole idea of this build is to mess with them and to have speed. So mechanic is going to increase the speed at which you activate a trap. So is Red Queen. That's why we're going to have Red Queen in our hand. And then everything else is just going to be traps. You're going to have high explosive, you're going to have air burst, you're going to have landmine, you're going to have tracker mine, and you're going to have lockdown. Reason why we're not running leg hold trap is because if they shoot out leg hold trap or they melee it, there's no consequence. It just breaks. These traps, if you're too close to them, you're going to get beat up a little bit for detonating them. For the creatures here, the creatures exist purely to go ahead and distract from the traps. Make it so they have to pay attention to them. And frankly, now that we have T-Phobos, the infection's going to make it so that you're doing more damage. So I used to have it that this guy was in there for economy reasons, but frankly, I suggest you try doing zombie infectious and see if it works out for you. See if the economy's okay. And then for the final like piece of the deck here, we're gonna run electromagnetic shield, because the way you counter this is not Martin. The way you counter this build is shooting the cameras. You play trap Alex like you're playing against Nikolai. Easily the best way to counter her is just take out everything in the room. Because the way you play this is you manually detonate the traps. And if you can't manually detonate the traps or you can't place traps down, well, then you can't do anything, so you lose. The way you counter this is by playing it like she's Nikolai. So Jan does really well, Jill can do really well. Martin doesn't really do anything other than the fact that he can blind your cameras, but I'm pretty sure you can use EIS through a blinded camera anyway. So again, shoot cameras, that's how you beat this. So now I want to show you a couple matches on twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. We stream there every single night, link is in the description. I want to show you a match of how it usually goes, which is usually pretty quick. And then I want to show you, again, the team that did the best against this build out of all the matches that I played with it. They did really well, they countered cameras, they worked together, and it was a really tough battle between both sides. So without further introduction, here are those matches from Twitch. No Martin, doesn't matter. Jan's the one who counters this. And Jill kinda too. It is not Martin. And the fact that they have a Sam means they're gonna have a damage dealer on them, which could really hurt me late.
Prepare to face 3 challenges. Not 2, not 4, but 3. It will always be 3. I will crush you.
I win.
Unlike you, they feel no fear. I'm surprised it took you that long to find. I made that one easy for you.
What's up, everyone?
Damn, locked.
Okay. Get with the program here, guys.
The bliss of murder. The relief. The soaring ecstasy of shedding another's blood.
Nice try. You're gonna love this.
With this strength, your fate is sealed.
Got a locked door here.
You're finished. Not this shit again.
They will tear the flesh from your bones. Your freedom will not be so easy to earn. This route would be too easy. There's no escape for you now.
Yeah, you're right. They might suck. Damn.
A key to open the path to further danger. Disappointment could be a variable in the efficacy of the virus. How do you feel? A key, a rush of hope. Do not let it overwhelm you.
Yes. Wait, I have another one?
You think you're clever.
Worth.
I'll have this back online in moments.
Don't fuck with me.
If you do not hurry, I will be forced to conclude the test early. I needed that for my research.
Healing over here.
You will never escape like this. That's not surprising. Prepare to face 3 challenges. Not 2, not 4, but 3. It will always be 3.
Oh,
Your
wow.
freedom will not be so easy to earn. They will tear the flesh from your bones.
Makes jokes about my name.
Annoying.
There's no escape for you now.
Wow, he's speed rushing. Okay, that's gonna be tough for me to deal with, Speed Martin. I've seen these before.
A key to open the path to further danger.
That's really tough for me to deal with.
I'm surprised it took you that long to find.
Do they have
I
all the
made that
pieces
one
already?
Easy for
Wait,
you.
they don't have to go through here? What preset is this?
I will hunt and destroy you.
Yeah,
Door
I think they're a team.
locked.
That gives me real team vibes.
Clever. But it won't save you.
Yep.
Keep going. We're almost free.
I'm saving my most interesting scenarios for later.
I've seen Speed Martin before. Basically, what you do with Martin is you run Minesweeper, and you just run through the map against a trap build. It's like perfect against it. You run Minesweeper and then speed equipment.
Initiating the next test phase. Fly, my pretties, fly! Aren't our eyes made to be torn out? And hearts for the same purpose? Yes, this data is intriguing. Take the key. I have other challenges for you. You have the honor of being the first to witness the fruition of a new research project. is unexpected.
Wait, did I not kill Martin? Are you kidding me? He's gonna come shoot me out. Yes, she should. Yeah, these guys are gonna beat me like this. They know exactly what they gotta do, which is just attack my cams, and they have a Martin that's made for it, so I'm in a lot of trouble because of that. There's really not a whole lot I can do. I just have to get lucky. They're acting like they're a team, or they're just all incredibly sweaty. And I'm just kind of at their mercy because of that. Oh my god, why are you so fast? She's walked over it. My thing wasn't even ready yet. Yeah, these guys are gonna want me. I can't keep up with their speed like this, and the fact that they're all on the cams. GG. Told you, there's gonna be teams that find out. But especially when they got like a direct counter to me, it gets you in a lot of trouble.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I only put this here to give you false hope. There should be a pile of you by now. We've been growing something special for moments just such as these. Enjoy.
All enemies will be destroyed.
That is unexpected.
Oh my god, I wasn't timing that well enough. They're just like speed. They're just pure speed. And I can't stop the speed, especially since Martin walks over everything.
Predictable.
I can't stop the speed. I probably could have tried to use another teleport trap there. The fact that Martin can walk over
Continue,
everything
then.
is really hurting
But
me.
it won't be for much
Or
longer.
not walk. He can always walk over everything, but the fact that he can just like sprint past everything I have, it makes it so that's like a whole character I can't do anything about. You know what I mean? Like I just have to sit here and eat shit.
Let's make this more interesting. Vandals, cease immediately.
They have so much power, so much speed. Like it's really Martin's winning them this game right now, and he's just insanely hard to deal with.
Does not seem possible.
Unlike you, I will crush you.
Hey, why can't I? Why couldn't I grab her?
Witness our latest bioweapon.
They're really smart.
Time will kill you as certainly as I will.
Not even close.
Oh my god, I wanted that.
Disappointment could be a variable in the efficacy of the virus. How do you feel? What is this? Give up this idiotic plan.
Why can't I? I couldn't activate it over there.
I want to witness the fear in your eyes. This is your final chance. Let's not do that again.
Not letting me in.
Allow your fear to control you. Pathetic. I knew you would never escape, but I confess I am somewhat surprised you
Martin
survived
carried,
so
absolutely.
long.
It's a ton of fun playing Teleportation Alex. I hope you guys were able to witness that and you're encouraged to try it for yourself. I enjoyed the living crap out of this build. Again, if you want to check out my friend Seno, he's going to be in the description. He streams this game. He actually streams it earlier than I do, and he also does videos for this game. Go check him out. And if you guys have any comments on this build, or if you had success with it, or if you've gone up against it, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other things you want me to work on, let me know in the comments down below. I want to work on a Stealer Dealer Dan. I want to work on a V-Act Annette. I want to work on a Creature Nikolai. I want to work on Taurus Val. There's so many things that I want to be working on. Oh yeah, we'll actually finally talk about Mixtape Martin. We can talk about Dr. Jill. Look at all these videos I got to do for you guys. There's a lot coming out. So stay tuned, stay subscribed if you want to go ahead and see those videos. And with that, thank you so much for being here. You guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.